Hello, my name's Martin and this is Strat Chat, and today we're going to Iberia. We're going to the Iberian struggle. In some ways I've perhaps avoided this. I'm not at all familiar with the mechanics of the struggle, and although I've kind of got an idea how they work, I don't have a good sense of how they all kind of like work together, like, you know, what phase is good to follow on from another, what should I be doing in this phase so I can do that in the next phase. To fully sort of like maximise taking advantage of those. So in a way I've kind of delayed coming to this. Also, my first thought was I do this guy Emir Adonis because it says easy at the bottom. I thought, all right, okay, I'm going to be doing the rules for this kind of like new kind of aspect of the game. Let's go with the easy character. But he's a clan, and I kind of have all sorts of difficulties with the way that I play as a clan, and so I've chickened out and I've gone for Count Hermenexildo Gutierrez, who is a feudal, and in fact he's Christian as well. So we're going to go with him. He's medium difficulty, and we're going to see if we can complete the struggle, end the struggle, one of the end struggle decisions, and we'll have a look at those when we get into the game. So here we go. So before we just have a look at this screen, it's probably worth saying that today we'll probably be doing a lot of kind of analysis and looking at details about the beginnings. We'll probably do a little bit of action, but it's probably going to be mostly getting set up. So the first thing is the Iberian struggle, and the idea of the struggle really is that it has the main mechanic is a series of phases. We begin in this opportunity phase. Really, any ruler in Spain is involved. So we have these special rules applying. If you're in basically all the different phases, opportunity, hostility, and the other one, which I'll look at in a minute, they have a different set of rules to the base game. So for example, while we're in the opportunity phase, we have these war effects. I'm not going to go through all of them in detail, but you know, fabricating claims cost prestige instead of gold. There's the border raid casus belli, where even a feudal ruler can raid a neighbouring place, and you besiege their town as normal, but you instead of capturing it or taking it over, you just get a lot of gold and possibly capture some people, etc. So we've got these sort of different rules here for the culture, different rules for faith. Convert faith in county proceeds faster in Spain during this phase. And then there's these demand payment interaction. You can demand money from people. You can abduct scheme, which is normally a perk you can do in this phase. You can befriend in this phase, and I kind of assume if you befriend in this phase and you move into a different phase, presumably they remain your friend. I'm kind of assuming that's the case. So it's about really trying to maximise these special features as you work towards your kind of eventual goal. So here we'll see the mechanic for whether when the opportunity phase ends, whether we go into hostility or conciliation. It kind of clicked on hostility here. You can see 45 progress already up to 1,000. Everything that happens in this list down here will move that along a little bit further. So for example, if you construct a building in a castle holding, that would go to 48. It would go up 3. Click on the conciliation one, you can see there is a different set of actions that you can take which will move this along. Whichever reaches 1,000 first, you'll move into the conciliation or the hostility phase. I think what we'll find is that these numbers are sort of like jogging along. We'll get little memos letting us know, little just to tell us that somebody's done one of these things and that the conciliation has become a little bit closer, or the hostility has become a little bit closer. So we'll see that happening. So I'm not going to think carefully about doing these because I don't know whether at the moment whether I want a hostility or conciliation phase after this. So I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to let it happen. Maybe when they're both in the like 900s, maybe then I'll have a think about it and see whether I can like influence it at the end. So I'm kind of hoping these stay relatively equal and we can perhaps influence it at the end. I think it's just a part of the mechanism. I don't really fully understand how to maximise the benefits of it yet. Ending decisions, there are 3. Santiagoan dominance, status quo and détente. I've had a look at these before. I'm going to have a look at Santiagoan dominance. So essentially these are just like other decisions. These are the benefit, well, the effects of declaring this decision, and these are the requirements. Now, at the moment, you can see that there are a lot of requirements, and the only one we have is that we're involved in the struggle. So lots of things to work through here. The ones that I'm going to pick out first to work towards is the I need to have two of the following: the Duchy of Galicia, and then there's a load of others. Okay, all of them are a bit spread out. I'm already in Galicia. I don't own the duchy, but I'm already in Galicia, so I'm going to think that as probably my first task. I also need to hold and completely control two de jure kingdoms. So actually Galicia, there's the Duchy of Galicia, but there's also the Kingdom of Galicia. So I'm going to try to form that as one of mine. So that'd be like my kind of second big goal, will be to form the Kingdom of Galicia and completely control it. And then I will be trying to convert the people that live there to the Galician culture and the Catholic culture. And you can see of the 11 counties in the Kingdom of Galicia, that's already the case in 5 of them, but the others I need to make that happen. So let's close this down for a sec and have a little look at some other factors. Some other interesting things. There's lots of interactions. So this is our liege. He's at war. One of the things we can do is we can do this thing, contract assistance. We can offer to join his war, and he will give us 96 gold at the end of the war if he wins, when he wins, if we've managed this 768 contribution to war. Those kinds of opportunities kind of crop up quite a lot. Right, so look at my own character. So I'm a pretty good steward. I'm a level 3, tier 3 steward education I have. Also administrator trait, which is nice. Trusting, which makes me pretty bad at intrigue, but I'm brave. And ambitious. They're not bad traits overall. It means the only thing I'm particularly bad at is intrigue, and the only thing I'm particularly good at is stewardship. And here is my wife, and she's mediocre. Being Catholics, of course, it's going to be very difficult to divorce her. I have one treaty, and it's with this chap here, and yes, it's because I'm married to Countess Hermenexildo, who's related to him. So that is actually suboptimum, because that would be nice to try and take that over at some point. Because I think that's, so if I look here, yeah, so this is all a part of Galicia. I've only got these 2 counties here. There are 3 more that I want to be working towards achieving. I'm just going to look at the religion. They're all Catholic, so that's a job I don't need to do. And in terms of culture, all of the 5 in the duchy are Galician, so I won't be doing much converting today. Stewardship focus. Taxman, that's great, I'm happy with that. I'm going to put him on the domain focus. That will make my steward actions just a little bit better. It might make a tiny bit of difference to money. It does also put me up to 7 holdings. I know I'm nowhere near needing that yet, but nonetheless, that might be of some value in the future. Let's see if there's anything here going on. Now, I'm first in line to inherit from my dad. He's not a bad steward. I got 2 claims. One is this bit down here that's controlled by the this Muslim leader here, Sultan Muhammad. That's presumably going to be difficult for me to take at the moment, although he is engaged in 2 wars, which is handy. And the other claim I have is on my father's county up here, Coruna. So I think that's what I'm going to be going first. I obviously want to take that. So let's have a look and see how powerful Dad is. 487, including his allies, is not that powerful. Okay, just before we move on, sort family out. He's only 1 year old. We don't know what his preferred education. We'll have to wait until he gets his first childhood trait in order to get an idea of how we want to educate him. But for the time being, I'm quite happy to educate him myself. Quick look at counsellors. Pretty poor. He's not too bad. In fact, we'll put him on religious relations because it might be in time that we get to like, the Pope gets to like us a little bit. I don't know that that's actually what happens isn't what actually happens, is it? It'll increase my piety, which will eventually help me for the Pope to like me more. My wife, I think we're just going to put on assist ruler for the time being. Quite nice that later on we could use her to knock out holdings up to 8. We're going to go with... I'm not worried about domestic affairs. I'm too small a realm. I'm just going to go with foreign affairs, which I'm already on. Helps get a little bit more diplomacy. It's a very small realm. Should be able to manage the small number of people that I have. Do I have anybody better? No. I'm going to put him on Fernando Fernandez on money for the time being. We'll put them on disrupt schemes, and our marshal was going to go on to train commanders. Next thing we're going to do is see if we can get some better personnel into the court. Okay, so these are unmarried. Obviously, the Suffren bishop can't marry. Cisnando can, though. So let's have a look, see what he can, if he can attract, for example, a decent physician to the court. It's actually a reasonable selection there. Right, let's marry him to Riquenza. Yeah, she's got some use. Well, she's going to be a reasonable physician. Okay, next guy on the list is Ero Eriz. With him, we're going to look for somebody, get rid of all of that, with decent intrigue. Okay, excellent. She only dislikes me -1. We can work on that later. Bring her to court. She's going to be the spy master. And there is one guy left, Fernando Fernandez. Young man, let's see. Bring someone like this in. Bring some decent traits into the court. Excellent. Maybe his children can marry my children and bring those traits into the Duke's family. Right, let's have a look here now under female. Okay, so we've got 2. Adocinda. My key priority would be to try and get a commander. 17 isn't amazing. Right, we're going to have to go with this. Best we got, isn't it? And we'll go with this lady. We'll go with prowess. Excellent. What's he? 20. That's excellent. He'll be our best knight straight out the door. Let's look at our military. I mean, this is a modest price. I've got to knock them both up, I think. I can only allow 2. Does becoming a duke allow me to have a 3rd regiment? I'm never sure about that. I think it doesn't improve my holdings, but I think my domain. But I think it does. Okay. Right. Let's press go. And this guy is not endorsing me, so we need to sway him. This is one of the problems I had with clan government, is I can't quite work out how there's an interaction between the church taxes and levies and the clan leader. Okay, let's press go and see what happens. Right, that's probably about it. So, first thing is we've got a good court physician. I think that's really, really helpful. A little bit tempted to go for a tutor. Let's go for it, especially as we got such a good one and we've got an important child growing up here. Okay, can we improve these? We should be able to improve this chap. Yep, Sigismund. Now he's going to be doing a much, much better job of training commanders. We've got a better spy master, Proschgutel. Remarkable name. I might actually get her to look for secrets in my own capital. Have I got a better steward now? Nope. Nope. Okay, I obviously can't change that. And she's on assist ruler. Okay. So we're just going to wait for the army to build up. I'm going to put myself on to number 4. Right, Dad, sorry about this. So there's lots of other things you can do. You can purchase truce. There's just all sorts of things here. And this looks interesting. Foment revolt. It's a way of damaging somebody without actually going to war with them. This is a special casus belli, the struggle one, but this would vassalise him. And I don't want to vassalise him. I want to increase my domain. And and it's expensive, 150. The border raid one, this is the one where we wouldn't actually take it over, we just destroy some buildings and we get some money from him, assuming we won. This is the one we want. It's only 25. His army is only 881. We go my claim, Coruna. Okay. Raise all men at arms here. This is my best commander, a mere 17. I'm sure we'll improve on it in time. And go straight for the capital. He's only got one castle, so if we take that, we win. And it's good because the ally will probably come in, just did, but we just defeated his own army when it was still on its own. And that's a good win-loss ratio there. Okay, let's see if we can take this. Oh, we captured somebody who is not particularly useful to us. Okay. Looks like the allies are coming in for a battle too. I'm a little bit... I thought I raised everything. I've only got my men at arms. Anyway, I'm going to win. That was actually a mistake, but I guess it's not working out too badly. Yeah, also a good casualty ratio. Oh, right. Okay. Let's try it one more time. I mean, it's going to help for... I don't have any farmland. I might get some of the 50 back in time. Damn. Okay, that's my money on write down. Right, hopefully we'll take this before the next battle. Right, I don't want to give this guy 141 for helping me in a war that I've virtually won. Ah. So I've captured the castle, so I'm definitely going to get some money from Dad. 50's nice. Okay, right, let him give us the money and then we'll take this. Okay, we're now getting Coruna and Feral, which means our money will go back up a little bit. It's going to take 5 years to take away the debuff, unfortunately, here on Santiago. We could join this war or offer our services. He's actually in 2 wars. He's losing both. This one more seriously. Right, let's let our army recoup. Right, do I want to join this war? Is this them actually in? Yeah, he's actually my... Right, let's see who's going to... Slow this down, see who's going to win this. If it looks like I'm going to win, they're going to win. And that looks like they're losing. Okay. How quickly could I get to them? I'm very tempted. Just very, very tempted. But we're going to lose this battle here. Nothing we can do. We can't get there quick enough to stop that loss. Yeah. I'm glad we didn't try to join that. It looks like we're going to be losing that, or our liege is going to be losing that. Now we can now form the duchy. So I think let's just do it. I'm now a mighty duke, which I believe means I got an extra regiment. And that, what are we going to do? Onagers, or, well, we'll have to see. I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to let this play just a little. Oh, also, we need to set this guy into Coruna. Hopefully get some of that money back that we lost from Santiago by regaining control. Right, let's let it play for a little while. See if we get offered these by our liege lord. We are the rightful duke of this whole region. It's not looking like it, is it? Ah. Okay. Excellent. So this chap now is my vassal. Is he going to do it with Montegray as well? Looks like he has. Excellent. And you saw my money kind of like tick up slightly for both of those events. How close are we to swaying this guy? Ugh. The first attempt failed. Hopefully we'll get him this time. Right, have I got any better vassals? I mean, this guy would not be a terrible marshal. This guy would certainly be a better steward. Two potential marshals. I'm quite tempted to make this guy my marshal. Bermudez. Let's go for it. Okay, so that means I've now got 3 powerful vassals. That's going to be good for stability. And I also have been missing this. Bells of Santiago. Right, so I'm getting piety per vassal on the council. So I'm only getting 0.3, which actually, no, it's not nothing. I'm getting renown, same faith opinion, which is really, really good, and Christian opinion. I wonder if you get both of those. Right, let's have a little look at the old Pope and see what he thinks of me. But he's now plus 16. We're minus 24, so it's going to take us a while to improve that. So where are we going to go next? We kind of want to go south, don't we? Now he is involved in 2 wars, one that he's winning, one that he's losing. I can actually go for both of them. Let's say it was just Portugal. With him tied up, fighting everywhere else, it is not impossible that I could kind of steal 1 or 2 of these. But I'm gonna have a little think about that overnight, and that will be something that we'll find out about on Wednesday. Absolutely fascinating so far. Let's just see if we've made much progress here. Yep, both. See, there's a degree of similarity in the progress for these 2. It's kind of what I was hoping would happen, and that'll give us the power at the end to kind of decide what we want to do. I'm on 3 of 7 holdings. What I would really like to do is revoke their titles, but I can't because. Well, he's an ally, but I don't think I can anyway because I don't think I've got the tech to do it. I don't have limited crown authority. In order to have limited crown authority, I need to have plenary assemblies. No. I've got mustering grounds as my focus, which actually would be really good. Increase the size of my regiments and add a regiment. But really, I want plenary assemblies now. Even if I swapped over, it would be, something like 50 odd years before I'd get it. Wow. Right, so it's a strong start. We've gone from 2 to 3, 4, 5 counties in total size. And we are going to be coming back to this on Wednesday and seeing where we are going to go next. Spoiler, south somehow. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that. Take care now. See you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.